That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's just life. That's just Chainsaw Man. And this is Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I don't know
We
if
are-
we could talk about that previous subject too much on YouTube.
This,
Yeah, no, we're getting-
channel's not
we're getting
monetized.
demonetized.
They have no power over us.
Ooh,
The only thing they
that's
can do
good.
is copyright strike me, and they can't because it's all original music. It's right.
They
All
could
the music
age
is
restrict.
performed by the music. No, they can't because this is already not made for children. Already
true. We're cop is
adult
not
content.
getting us.
We got the proper tags. We got no money coming in. They got no power over me. Do whatever you want, YouTube. We're gonna say fuck in the first minute of recording. It doesn't even matter.
Wait, am I not getting paid for this?
Anyway, we are back with another
this.
episode, another chapter review of Chainsaw Man. We're talking about chapter 217, Two Good People. But before we get into that, let's introduce ourselves in the classic public safety fashion. Name, age, devil contract. I'm, of course, your host, Secret Doves, age 35. My contract is with the War Devil. Only briefly appears in this chapter. Greyflare, take it away.
Hey, I'm Greyflare. I'm 21, and I am contracted with the. Ooh, how about the Cramming Devil? Yeah,
Cramming
just.
Devil.
I feel like I've signed a new contract every week at this point. We're just
Just
yeah,
trying to,
senior
you're
year is
going
rough. Senior year
Aki
is rough.
mode. You're going Aki mode. You're making.
Yeah,
you're cutting
need
your
to climb up the
lifespan
ladder
in
to
half
survive.
every week just to make it through. Dear God. Well, rest in peace. You'll make it. And last but not least.
Hi, I'm the Art Devil, also known as Winter. I firmly believe that I was born last Thursday, and I have a contract with the Angel Devil for the next 10 to 12 minutes.
10 to 12 minutes. Angel Devil's a busy
Yeah, we've
guy.
already...
Angel Devil
well,
has
You
a
guys,
movie.
you guys gonna hug or something?
has a movie premiere to attend that he is are starring in. Right, but they don't star in it. But they do appear as supporting cast.
God,
Before we get into the chapter review, Reze movie hype coming down the line. Been putting up numbers in the Japanese box office.
so many people I know have already seen it. I'm so envious.
Wait, okay. Is it leaks?
Other
are people
parts of the world
leaking?
are getting it for us.
Other parts of the world
No,
are
no.
getting it for anime. It's just
Yeah.
It's just out in other places.
they're
Oh, in Asia, sure.
There-
Asia,
there's-
yeah.
Yeah, there's some Southeast Asian peeps in like the server, and they're just
Yeah.
like I just have to
Yeah.
like hold my tongue.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey, well,
okay.
well, it's almost out. It comes out Friday and then I think in like it'll be out globally everywhere in like another couple weeks after that or whatever. It'll be out here everywhere soon enough, and we'll all be
By the end
enjoying
of the month,
it.
everybody's gonna.
I'm
be
sure
able to
there's
see it.
some leaks out there as well. If you're a fucking sicko, if you're sick in your mind.
Canvas are getting pretty good.
If you're not trying to fucking see it in theaters for the first time, you're stupid. All right, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Just wait. Just wait.
Don't watch
Do something else for a
You're
little
gonna
bit.
you're gonna watch the movie with like the first few scenes in the theater, not in the theater. Make it make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So don't do that.
Like,
Regardless,
like also on that topic, like I feel like this is the reason why the church arc would make a great movie if we ever get that far in the
make a
future.
great movie. I think it's a little long for a movie. I think that
It's
one.
like 18 chapters, and like a lot of that is like talking.
little
I think it could work.
Yeah, it
I'm
could be
I'm
a
honestly
long.
surprised that they managed to get the Reza movie this long,
Really, Resark's
because
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
quite
it's
short.
like a big chunk of it is just like a fight, and it's
Right.
hard to make a fight that lasts that long. Like, it's not impossible, obviously. There are movies that are just a lot of fighting,
Because the fight has sort of
but
like
it's hard.
two distinct sections.
Parts.
You know, it's got the Reze entrance, and then the shark typhoon, shark tornado.
I'm so
segment as
excited for
well.
that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Movie reference in manga turned back into a movie. It's just a movie referencing a movie at the end of the day.
And I did
Final-
see one of
Final conclusion. Yeah.
I did see one of the panels from a couple chapters ago seemed to be like referencing like one of the cuts in the movie as well. I saw that.
Oh, that's
Like the one where
fucked up.
the one the one where
That pisses me off, honestly.
the one where like Yoru and Pachita are like their hands are at their sides and they're like raising them up like that like the kind of like Goodbye Aries style page. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a similar cut in the movie.
Mm.
So
Hell yeah. Lyoru, you know I
yeah,
love
so
to
he's
hear
just
that.
like I'll just yeah, Fujimoto's just like I'll just take that. Yes.
I mean, this guy is such a fucking sicko. He's yeah. Of course, he
Speaking of
would do
sicko.
that. He'd be like, "That was so cool in the pre-screening that when I fucking approve that, I'm literally just gonna take it because I don't give a fuck." Speaking of Tasi Fujimoto being a sicko, let's talk
Let's go.
chapter 217, Reze movie hype. Get your tickets now or don't. I'm not real. It doesn't seem like my spot's gonna sold out, but get them anyway. Get the pre-order. You know what I mean? Do it now.
Mhm.
Beside the point, 217, Two Good People. It's Asa's long-awaited, long-debated backstory. The reveal of what she wasn't thinking about. Before we get into the specifics, what are your overall thoughts of the chapter? Did you enjoy it? Did it satisfy you? Were you like, what the hell? Well, give me your takes, your overall
You go
reaction.
first, Gray.
I was really satisfied, but I also don't think for a second that this is everything. It was just like very. If I were to like, I think this is like really, it's like really rare for me to like really vibe with a Chainsaw Man like chapter like as soon as it released. I've noticed that like it's like all about like. It's all about like thinking about it and turning it over in my head, and like Fujimoto's very good at like writing stuff where like it burrows in there and then it doesn't want to leave.
It is, yeah, fucking ruminates, you know.
But yeah, but here it did that, and I also just like I was just like kind of just like floored by how well put together it was.
It's very cinematic.
I think that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yep. I think this chapter represents like the best of like Fujimoto's impulses to like never like I guess go extremely and like one direction of expectations or like the other. He's like
Mhm.
pulling off like
Fucking,
a really
like
balancing
threads
act
the
with like,
needle, yeah.
yeah, especially I mean, with Asa's mom, with Asa's dad, with Asa, and with Denji. I mean, it's like it's all there. It's like I don't know. We'll get into it, but yeah.
For me, it is hard to express the giddy catharsis I felt on the final 2 pages. I enjoyed the
Really?
rest of it, but the
That's
final two
good.
pages, I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for
It's pretty cracked.
years.
It's pretty cracked. I
And
agree with you
I
there.
guess we'll talk about that later. But I have so many
Yeah, we'll
things to
get we'll
say.
get to the specifics of it. Yeah, I made my whole fucking rant thing in the break week leading up to this. I was like, man, I really want to see like I want to see the conclusion of these last sort of 3 chapters. Yoshida dying, and then the fight starting, Yor coming up. It's been this whole like cinematic stretch, just insanity. And then here we have a wonderful sort of culmination of what that stretch has been leading up to. And it's a very nice, very cinematic sort of bookend to to leading into this where the hell the rest of the story is going. So let's get into it. Asa's story. Now, just to briefly recap, it's a juicy one. There's a lot of different layers to it. First of all, Asa's father confirmed. He's just some dude.
Just some guy, yeah,
Just some guy.
abusive
Asa,
dickhead.
Asa
Not super
Yoshida.
surprising.
Asa Yoshida's sibling
he was some dude.
is merely conceptual. It was not literal, which is fine. Which is fine. Which is fine. One goofy theory put to rest.
Kishibe's had a lot of kids inside his head. Inside his head.
True. It's not down for the count yet, though. You know what I mean? Because Dad was cheating. You know what I mean? You never know what's going on on the streets of Tokyo. Some crazier things have happened. All the more reason to get this guy out of here if that's the case. Regardless, Dad got attacked by a devil.
It looks like I'm looking at it again, and it looks like it might be the Anchor Devil.
The Anchor Devil? Oh, are people trying to figure out what kind of octopus or what kind of devil it is? I heard people saying it was.
I think it was the getting killed by a rock devil.
But
I mean, I'm just like
yeah,
looking at the tentacles.
some kind of devil attacks
Water,
her
something.
father. So, yeah. What do you think of Asa's mother here? What do you think of this this scenario? Both in terms of like your ethical judgment of the situation, and sort of the place this has in the story. I'm interested to hear what people think about the mom.
I think on the
This really
first-
make.
Oh.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I think on the first couple of pages, that position that Asa's mom is standing in, looking to the side, which is how she appears in the alley. I think that's very literal for what was happening in the moment, because I feel like you can kind of see the gears turning in her head of what she can do before it happens. because after that she because like she starts sweating, her expression changes, and then she goes to his side and says, "You go call the devil hunters." I think she just, she realized it in the moment, and we
She-
need to get to see that moment.
Right, she sent the kid away so she could do the deed. Get out. You don't need to see this shit. She's trying to keep it secret from everybody. Oh. Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
and
not.
we keep
It's also not. Go get like, medical attention. Go get a devil hunter instead. Somebody who's
I mean,
probably trained in first aid, but
I
probably
do
not
think
good yet.
I do think that like they kind of like serve as like another like branch of like the emergency services department. So I don't think that part is really all that suspicious. It's like there's a devil here. They gotta like catalog it or like whatever, and they can also help with like emergency services. That didn't really jump out to me. What did jump out to me from here is that we keep going back to this pose. Like, this is the third time that this pose has like really been like the kind of like standing to the side, looking back, almost like kind of like like not dead to the world, but very very apathetic. We had it way back when Yoru had that line about children being their parents' property. That was the first time.
Like
Then
her mother looking, her dad's fucking dead bodies there, and her mom's just like looking at her like, like, things need to happen. You know what I mean? Oh.
And then and then also Asa looking back at on the cover of like volume 20 while the world is just like burning.
Yeah, her looking
like also just...
her looking here in her memory, the remembering Asa, the who's not in the memory, her looking down at her father as well. There on the first page, sort of has that like matter of fact. Also in the last pages, right, where she's just sort of recounting what happened. That's kind of. The matter of fact kind of is just how things are, it's just the way things go. Yeah. Okay, but what do you think of what what her mother did? What do you think about it? Like, did she justified? What is this? Like,
I think
how does this sit in the story?
I don't think she was necessarily I don't think she was necessarily the initial act. I don't think was necessarily wrong, which might be a hot take. What I take more issue with is how she handled it with her child, which was just very. It came off as like very callous and just not like you can't even like look at Asa like on like look at Asa on these pages, like her she's just like not in I mean, I don't think anybody would be in a good headspace after that, but she's just like she just had to live with this like knowledge for. It might be a day, it might be 2 days, who knows? And her mother doesn't even like look at her while she's explaining all this.
She knows it forever, right? It's not a 1 day, 2 day thing. This is the rest of your life reality, right?
I have a lot of thoughts about
Let's
this.
hear them. Now's your shot.
Let's do it.
Boom, boom, boom. Da, 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 da.
Okay, so we'll start with the actual act itself,
Right?
and
Beating this
how
dude
I
to
tend
death
to
with a
view
rock.
these situations. Yeah, how I tend to view these situations,
Putting him out.
where it's like an act of like fighting back against abuse, or taking revenge against someone who's you know, caused enough pain to instill those feelings, who has, like, victimized you. I don't necessarily think taking vengeance is right, quote unquote, but I think the person who committed the act of abuse should shoulder most of the blame for the retribution they receive, as opposed to the person who has been put in that kind of like horrifying mental state where that's the only that becomes like a reasonable option for them, because people typically don't get to that point mentally very easily.
Well,
Usually it requires some pretty fucked up stuff.
yeah, we're
So I think
we're not.
what she did was, you know, it's shades of gray.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
There's an interesting aspect to this where we're not privy, and probably Asa isn't privy to sort of the full dynamic here. Her
dad's
her dad's
she doesn't know who her mom is.
Her dad
moment.
was
you could see like she's just like
her dad was an alcoholic, but he was also out of work, right? So this is
a violent alcoholic at that,
right? So there is this, there's a similar dynamic with Denji's dad, where like there's this implication that sort of like
that he fell into
their
a debt trap.
Their life, right? His life fell apart, and he falls into despair, and then he becomes this horrible human, right? Like he had his wife, she got sick, he gets burdened with debt, and then he becomes an alcoholic, right? Asa's dad, out of work, becomes an alcoholic, becomes violent, and he gets got by his wife. He says, this guy's just costing us money, and he hits us, and now he's drunk all day, and so we get him out of here.
Yeah. Generally, I'm very anti-abuser. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say what Asa's mom did was wrong. I'm not gonna say it was right, but like I'm not gonna say like, girl, you shouldn't have done that, because
I do think that's something that
it's her justification's pretty strong, I think.
I honestly see. I think it would be fine, and I think I really like that extra wrinkle that Fujimoto like chose to add, that like he got injured trying to, protecting his daughter, not even trying to protect his daughter. He protected his daughter, and that's how he ended up in the position to basically shoulder the ultimate price to make their lives better, which I think is a really like
interesting one.
Does that make his existence? Does that make his existence like all worth it in the end? Does that erase everything that he's done? No.
I don't think it does.
No, but I think that could have led to like, it could have led to Asa like idealizing him a little bit in her mind.
Maybe she did try to get him killed.
Yeah, I don't
that
think
is true.
so. I think
we skipped over that.
Well, we didn't skip over.
Yeah, we
haven't gotten to it yet, right? We're just talking about Asa's mom's actions.
I wanted to to mention regarding my thoughts on Asa lying in bed looking traumatized. I wrote a little bit about this, and I paraphrased, or I will paraphrase, which is basically uh, she's not perfect, but they've both been through an incredibly traumatic experience because uh, killing somebody in and of itself is a traumatic experience. Having to make that decision, and basically no matter the context. And on top of that, um, you don't make the choice to beat someone's head in with a rock if you think that your kid is gonna find out. Like the ideal scenario is that Asa doesn't
What?
figure it out,
Yeah, she
and
was.
she would never have to say, "Hey, I killed him." Um,
Yeah, I mean,
so
when you're gonna commit murder, the
there's
ideal is
there's a lot
nobody
of
knows,
hay
right?
that's yeah, there's a lot of hay that's being made about like
How
she
she
should have
handled
uh
her kid finding out, I don't. There's no.
she should
That's
have like
really
told her
not.
in a better way,
That's not really
but
the issue. I think that's sort of beyond the point
yeah,
of
I
point of that's sort of what putting the cart before the horse. Not really what that phrase means, but sort of like. Yeah, the issue is she killed this dude, and the kid found out.
We've already gotten there.
The damage is done.
mhm.
It doesn't matter what you say at this point. It's over. You're cooked. She knows. She found out.
Yeah, I think in that scene she's attempting to justify it to Asa and to herself, um, because I think that
Well, she
I feel I sense some guilt.
was she. Well, I don't know if she's get like she doesn't seem yeah, guilty in the sense that she did it. She did the murder, but it's also like if someone knows you did it, then
She doesn't
you
seem
have
to.
to explain yourself, or
She
you're
seems to be
in a
pretty.
tough spot.
Yeah, guilt in the sense of like something that you don't accept as wrong, but rather attempt to rationalize to yourself and to other people around you.
Right, right.
Um, so I guess it's sort of something that would become guilt if rationalization is unsuccessful.
Mhm.
Yes.
Um,
I I really think that yeah, that one panel of like her, that one panel of her like turning, like just like making, doing the same pose and just like faceless, like really illustrates a lot of like what Asa is maybe trying to trying to run towards all this time. She's just trying to. I think she's just trying to understand the people around her, and really like
Yeah,
because
whenever she gets close to somebody, it all
because
goes wrong. Some fucked up shit happens. And, okay, so on that note, let's talk about Asa. Now, because her mom's all well and good.
great faces this chapter.
She did, yeah, yeah. The expressions continue to be on point. Uh, Asa's mother's side, you have your take on uh, you know murder, etc. With regard to that, and like their discussion, and now sort of having made your child not complicit, but like she knows, she's I guess that makes you an accomplice, is that right? If you know and you say,
she has
I
to
don't know
she
if
has
it
to
makes.
shoulder. It
I don't
doesn't
know
make her really an accomplice, but just a victim of abuse in a different sense. Like she has to shoulder
well,
this burden that
I
she
mean,
never
I mean
asked
in a
for,
legal
and
sense. In a
it,
legal sense. I think if you're a kid, You're not an accomplice because you're in the
Is
mind.
that accessory? I don't actually know.
No, accessory.
I know
is
there are like
something
exceptions.
else.
There are exceptions for spouses. Like you can't be made to like testify against your spouse in court.
I don't think she's. I don't think she's.
I feel
an
like there should be
accomplice.
similar like accommodations for children.
But she's not an accomplice because she didn't know it was going to happen before it
Either
happened.
way, it's
Maybe an
it's
accessory.
interesting.
She's legally involved now, though. She would be
'Cause-
tied into it, and sort of just reasonably speaking, she's in on it. She knows what happened. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's that burden.
I
There's a
actually
burden upon her.
to circle back to the thing about what her mom was trying to accomplish with that conversation was, I think part of what she was trying to do was trying to say it's not your fault, like pushing blame away from Asa and onto her. Does anyone else see that?
Oh,
I
I
don't
I
know.
think I do. Like, I mean the very offhanded way that she says like, oh, by the way, like he was cheating on me, so it was like purely like a personal, like it's almost like she's saying, yeah, look, it was a purely like personal like vendetta thing. You don't have to like, it wasn't
Right.
it wasn't for
Well,
you or anything. It wasn't
Yeah,
because
but she says you could even go to high school. They're not doing a very good job if that's her goal. But I don't think that would
Oh
be.
no, I'm
I
not
think
saying she.
no.
I'm not saying she did a good
I
job.
feel like
What?
I feel like that was a correction because like she realized, oh wait, I'm putting like so much responsibility for this on my child, and I gotta backpedal a little bit, and it was like
Yeah.
I could definitely
Yeah.
see that interpretation.
I think she
Yes.
did a bad job. Let's be clear. I don't think she did good, but I think she tried and failed? Question mark.
But try to fail at what though? She was just explaining why she did it. You know what I mean? This is why she did
To
it.
console Asa that it wasn't her responsibility.
But
Because
okay,
I think with the tripping thing,
I don't think Asa.
she does feel like it's probably her
Okay, but
responsibility.
her mom doesn't know about the tripping, right? Her mom is unaware. That is Asa's secret.
No.
Her mom is just
It's
feel like
it's more how it relates to like yeah, it's more how it relates to like you could go to high school. If you hear that
yeah.
as a
Okay.
kid, you might think, "Oh fuck,
Yes,
this is like
But-
done because of me."
yes, but Asa wouldn't feel that way unless she said it, right? Do you see what I mean? Like, if Asa didn't realize, then she wouldn't feel like it happened because of her. And even if she did realize, like, why would you feel like it happened? Why would you feel like she did it because of you, right? Like, I don't think Asa.
Well,
I don't think
I
Asa's
don't know.
mom
I feel
would
like
think
as a
Asa
child-
felt that way. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we
Don't
are
kill
also
him because
thinking.
of me.
the thing is,
you
like,
know what I mean? I don't think
you underestimate just how much children blame themselves for anything going wrong in their parents'
Yeah,
lives.
we're thinking about this from the perspective of adults, but think about like what's
No,
the number one
no,
thing
no, but that's
you
what I
tell
was.
a kid when your parents get a divorce? You say it's not your fault.
Yeah, but like know,
like literally almost every kid like blames themselves for their parents fighting, whether like they're even like brought up in the conversation or not, because they feel like they're creating like a spot of tension, even if they don't know how to describe that feeling. They feel like I don't belong here. I'm messing something up that was perfect before. Why does this have to happen?
Mhm.
It's like that.
I guess I don't know. That seems very. I don't know that I don't see that layer coming through in Asa's mother personally, of like, if that was her goal, she did a bad job. I don't think that was on
Oh,
her
yeah,
mind,
absolutely.
right? I think
Yeah, we
I
keep,
think
we keep circling back to the fact that she's an awful communicator.
I think
She's like,
the
oh
whole
no,
not
point was
good.
that
I think
she did a
she's a
bad
good.
job because
I think she's a
a
good
major
communicator. She's just communicating, like
I
she's
think
just communicating something fucked up. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, it is what it
it's
is.
Asa's fault, is what we're saying.
No,
I think like the best if she was really if she really wanted to be upfront about this, I think she would have framed it. I think she would have framed it as she would have told her face to face. She would have told her like immediately as soon as they got back. Like it would have been like I think it would have been less hands off. That's
hands off. What do you mean?
I mean,
They're
you
right there.
I
They're like
yeah,
right next to
she's
each
right
other.
there, and she's also an
It's right
ocean
there.
apart. She's
Well,
also
yeah,
an ocean
'cause
apart. You can
you're the
feel
murderer
distance.
now.
You can feel the distance.
Yeah, there's a wall between them because of the murder. There's
Just hug
no
your daughter.
There's no
Hug your daughter.
There's no talking this shit out. You committed murder. You can't be like, well, let me. If I just explain this the right way, then it's all good. It's done. You've crossed.
Be all good, but
If people are arguing about she should have handled this better, there's no good handling. The good handling is done. There's no correct way to be like, let me sit you down and explain murder that I committed to you. It's just like, look, I did it. Here are my reasons.
lose-lose.
It is what it is.
No matter what.
I committed murder. This is why. You were a part of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But also he was cheating on me, so I fucked this shit up.
but
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have a lifelong
but jumping-
complex now.
but jump-
about
yeah, but
It's
jumping
over.
off from
It's
that-
done. The trauma
jumping
is
off from-
done, right? There's no like not traumatizing her. She's
Okay.
been traumatized. This is after the fact. This is done now, right?
But jumping off.
The murder
off-
is the
off of that,
problem.
I
That's-
really
that's-
something I.
Oh,
Wow! You don't say. You don't.
bull. I know I'm staking
But,
a
like,
bold
one of the
claim,
things
but the murder is important. How you talk about it afterward is like, yeah, maybe I don't know, word choice or whatever. But not the biggest issue in this situation, I would say.
Yeah, but something that I really admire about like Fujimoto and well, I was gonna say Chainsaw Man in particular, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Is that like he keeps coming back to this like central thesis of like we are an amalgamation of everybody in our lives for better or worse.
True.
I think like going back all the way to Fire Punch, it's like Agni basically sublimates what Judah and Togata have both like done to him and basically undergoes
right.
kind of like a rebirth when he loses the fire. He becomes the oppressor, he becomes the director, he becomes like he has to really like figure out how to live for the first time.
He takes the people
because of
around
that,
him
falls
upon himself. Yes.
Yeah,
even the people who aren't around him, because there's that whole thing with like killing the civilization, and I forget what it's called, but he like
Doma's village because
no
No?
the king
Gavendor.
guy,
Gavendor.
the city. He burns the city, and then he becomes the leader of like a pseudo nation of people.
Yeah, that's
the mantle.
And then he kills Doma, and then becomes the like protector of this family, and then it happens a few times.
Happens a lot.
Anyway,
but yeah, something I've like, but that's kind of what like Denji and Asa have also been doing like over and over again.
Yes,
you become like people fly by you, and even though they aren't there anymore, they become these like inseparable parts of the fabric of
who
your
you
identity.
are. Yeah,
it's just I think and it's like I think this is maybe jumping ahead a little bit. So okay, I want to focus on Asa for now, but I think the whole tripping thing, right? I think
Yeah.
Mhm.
there are a few things that you can potentially extrapolate from that.
Yeah, I want to
Is it
discuss
a
this for sure.
yeah? So there are a couple things I've seen, and there's one thing that I personally believe that I haven't seen a lot of like support for. But one thing, is it a defense mechanism as like a form of like self sabotage when like things things are going slightly better, you retreat to that safe pace where you can blame everybody else for your problems.
Or you can
Like
blame yourself for your problem.
yeah, exactly, which is just as like which is just as easy, right?
Yeah, it is. It
um
is a way to. It's always to cope with the chaos of the
I
world.
think
It's my fault. That's
the way
why.
I've seen it,
Maybe.
yeah. The way I've seen it, looking at the other trips throughout the manga, is like, um, it's I want to it's kind of the same thing that Denji does during the end of the church arc, is like uh, pushing
got me,
other
Chainsaw Man.
people away while also hurting the self.
Yes.
Um, yeah, it's
Yeah.
because like in the aquarium, things might be going well. She trips, she fucks up, everyone starts hating her. Um, and that even seems like it could be the case in like those two flashback trips, because it's at some girl's birthday party, and then at like some sort of sports event, and uh, that could get people to dislike you, and it could also take like the uncertainty of responsibility and put it firmly on yourself by fucking up because trying is hard or something.
Okay.
Which is also why I think that it
Here's
is.
okay. Here's something I want to suggest. All of this analysis discussion I've seen is under the impression, or under the framework that this first that the Asa tripping in the future is like replicating this first event. But I don't think that fits with the framework we already have in terms of Denji's sort of inciting incident in his life, and then him replicating that behavior in the future, right? So in Denji's story, it was like his thing with his dad. He killed his dad to survive, and then he locked that memory away. And then going forward, he continues to sort of push the negative thoughts, the negative emotions, the negative memories down and forget about them. And that is his process for, that is like an aspect of his character that that is rooted in this trauma. But he doesn't, like, he's not always doing it because you know he has to kill to survive or whatever, right? He's not always doing it in the same with the same logic as the initial situation. Does that make sense? It's like the the trauma creates the pattern in terms of like a learned uh, a learned behavior,
Learned
like
helplessness.
an understanding of the world, like a pattern in your life. but it's not like that pattern is like a replication of the same thing over and over again. Does that make sense?
Okay. I do get where you're coming from. Yeah. I think part of that is that we still only really have half of the equation. We know what she's chasing and where the tripping comes from. The like running over the chickens part still isn't completely there. I don't think.
There are a lot of there are a lot of dead bodies in her wake right now. There are many dead bodies in Asa's
There
wake.
are, but I mean we don't quite have like, I guess I think we don't quite have an inciting incident of that sense yet. If that makes sense.
The Bucky, right? It's like the the first creature she killed in her long string of errors here. So I don't know. I think it all fits in there. I think it all fits together. But sort of like I don't think she's been tripping on purpose the whole time necessarily, or even that she was the first time, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, put it this way, she tripped running to the devil hunters, and she processes that as I tripped on purpose because I hoped my dad would die. But it can also be she tripped and thought, man, maybe my dad will die now, and that will be fucking sick, kind of, right? And then thinks of herself as tripping on purpose, if that makes sense. Because she feels, because of the way she feels about it, she then takes the responsibility on herself. Because there is this aspect of her who's like, yeah, you know what though? Maybe he dies. Not so bad, huh? So, there's
I think
a lot of interesting layers here.
I think this chapter definitely, well, not that my interest in it was ever gone, but it really just drove home the fact to me that Yoru pretty much is an extension of what Asa is, and in a lot of ways there's just like very, very deep disdain of the world and everything in it that just like you understand where that comes from, and you're just like, maybe it wasn't always this way. Like I think I saw a lot of people who are like, oh, Fight Club's off the menu now, guys, and we're just like, no, I don't think it fully is.
Fight Club has never been on the menu. It's a horrible theory, by the way. I've said it many times.
Whoa!
It's a garbage theory.
I think it's horrible too.
It's trash. It's actual garbage, but whatever.
I said
doesn't make any sense.
I think I hate Fight Club theory a little less now. Just a little.
No,
but
it still doesn't make
after
any
this
sense.
chapter, I hate it a little less. No, I still don't like it.
See, I don't like it in the way
though.
that I don't like it in the way that everybody like frames it. I like it purely in the way where Yoru is Asa in some way, if that makes it. I don't have any of like the how worked out, but I think
okay,
I think if like
let's talk about how this fits in with the relationship with Yoru, because I'm seeing it in terms of, it's Asa is replicating her relationship with her mother in terms of her relationship with Yoru, which is the parallelism from the last page of chapter 216, the chapter right before this She's looking at her mom, framed sort of symmetrically with a similar page with Yoru. And it's a similar situation because Asu's not the one doing the stuff, right? Asu doesn't kill her dad, but then because of her feelings about her dad that she had, of like, this guy's gotta go. Then she takes she takes
So she can't
the
help but
blame
blame
upon
herself for everything that.
and then her moments of mistake, the mistakes that she makes along the way, become like her excuse to blame herself for something she didn't do, if that makes sense. Which is a very interesting. This is all fucked up. You know what I mean? She's all fucked up. But this answers a big question to me of like, because the way she acted was not sort of like, wasn't like a blank slate character. Basically, it was like this question of like, why is Asa acting this way in terms of like Yoru's behavior and like what Yoru's doing? Because Yoru's doing shit that's so heinous, and Asa's like, I'm so bad, And it's like, no, Yoru is bad, but now this makes it, it fits right in there. It's like, oh, she is, this process of taking on the responsibility for, moral choices that someone else makes and that you are the observer to. That is like, she has that just right in her psyche. It's right at the top of her mind. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I keep going back to that that line where she keeps right there's another excellent like parallel that we have here to the aquarium arc of all things, where she's like, I don't know whether my mom was a bad person or not. And if we go back to the aquarium, she has that line about, my life has just been, I'm not doing any of this because I know what's right or what's wrong.
Yeah.
My life is just one endless string of trying not to make mistakes.
Yeah, she's trying not to fuck up.
Like
trying not to trip again.
This.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, she can't really.
So good.
I think to a certain extent, she can't help but blame herself for everything that's happened, because it's almost so paradoxical, but it also makes sense. Like, it's like you try your hardest to not do anything that would make you like step out of line. So the times that you are forced to step out of line, you can't really like, you have no one to blame but yourself. So obviously it's just going to keep happening. It's just going to keep happening.
Right. It's just going to pile up upon you. The trail of chicken corpses. Well, there's a lot more to say. There's so much more to fucking say. But we only have a limited time on this earth. And so, brother, this one's actually impossible. This is actually what we will transition. We will transition into our final segment.
Excited.
What do you think?
We didn't get to talk about the last two pages.
Last page, yeah.
Okay,
we have to talk about that.
Let's do it.
This is like such a good callback to the whole like Makima, like the whole door reveal in part 1. It's like Denji is like I said before, Denji's like kind of like, he's kind of inverted. like taken on like Makima's like demons in a way, and he's like choosing and
He's
he's
yucking it
really,
up.
really choosing to. I mean, he doesn't believe. Yeah, he doesn't. He clearly doesn't believe what he's saying, but that doesn't matter. He just wants to.
You don't think so?
He just wants to be there in this moment.
I
You
think
don't-
he
I think
doesn't
he does.
know whether he believes it as he's saying it, and as they realize it's funny, I bet like the acceptance of that is starting to come through. Because I think that a big part of like this trauma that Denji has suffered is
Yeah.
the fact that like it's secret, because talking it out with someone can help. And he's like, oh fuck, for the first time in my life, finally I can relate to someone about this.
Yeah.
And the emotional like catharsis of that is a big deal.
Yes.
See, I really don't think he believes that, because nothing has materially changed for him in the past 10 chapters, where he was literally like crying while
material-
like Asa was holding on
Something
to
has
his
changed
material.
though. He has
He
someone he
knows.
can relate to.
Yeah.
No,
it's
but
very different.
I mean in terms of him believing what he says.
Why
at least.
not?
Like,
But
it's just like,
something
I
just
still-
happened, literally within the pages of this chapter. Something happened, right? He learned something about somebody else, and about the fact that he when Makima says this stuff about him not deserving this or that, it's you did this thing that no one else has done. You did this thing, and it is
So you
so
need to atone
horrible.
for your
So
sins.
you need to
Everything
atone
that I've
because
done to you
it's
has
just
been
you.
justified.
It's you are the problem. And then here is Asa's like, no, actually there's somebody else, and she was kind of based. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, hands up.
And
You know what I mean?
I've,
She was kind of based
been
for it,
reading-
and then she was like, "Hey, you know what I mean?
for real.
It's very different now
Yeah, I
to
think-
have another
I think-
person."
I think it's a testament to like I think it's a testament to like Fujimoto and like part two in general, that there's so like wildly like divergent like perspectives you can take at like the end of these chapters. You could be like, well obviously, I mean, but either he genuinely believes what he's saying, and like Asa's like what Asa's told him has like changed how he views that incident in his life, or you say he's doing it like purely to cheer her up because he knows that it would get that reaction. Or
Yeah, but I also don't think Denji sort of like. It doesn't seem like Denji thinks of himself generally as a bad person. Maybe in moments,
he's a good boy.
you know what I mean. But he's trying his best, and I don't think it is like I don't think it has ever been like a strong aspect of his character that he really fucking is full of self-loathing. You know what I mean? There are times where he's like, "Oh, what the fuck was I doing? I should have saved Aki." But it's like when something sad happens to him and he gets sad about it, and then he's like, "Oh man, I fucking suck." But in general, he's kind of like, I'm doing me. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I gotta do to survive. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
I think that would have been like. I don't think that that's necessarily like true for like where we are right now in the story, though. I think that was more applicable maybe like I don't know. I keep going back to falling Redux and him just being like very
Okay, yeah, but the falling
I think
devils
he's adopting the I think
Okay, the falling devil's power is making you depressed. Do people like forget this? They're like, "Oh, he's actually depressed." It's like, no, the falling devil's power makes you sad. That's like what it like pulls up the worst trauma in your life and throws it in front of you, and it makes you feel really bad about it. And then
that's
the worse you feel,
I do
the
think
more powerful it is. That's how it was before too.
I do think in a sense that he's trying to be Asa's like personal superhero right now in
He's
this
trying to be
moment.
conciliatory,
I think
right?
I keep going to, yeah. It's just like, well, like I mean it's like I remember like she told him like you taught me you taught me that like it's all right to live even if you have to like eat the crap burger. And I think he's thinking about that a little bit. He's been turning that over in his head.
You know,
Boy,
again,
I have some thoughts.
that doesn't mean it's not true though.
They're
you know what I mean? That's just like, that's why he comes up with it in this moment, but then that doesn't mean it's a fake thing, right? Maybe he just thought of it
I
just
guess
now,
I'm just like so.
but then he's like, wait a minute. That's true. That's true. I think you meant that.
I think he thought of it just now. Yeah, I actually think he did. Just realize it.
And then he's like, wait a minute, that's funny as fuck, of course, actually, though.
It is also known that I don't think this is the same character as the other Denji we see. But I'll spare you guys the plural theory.
Yeah,
but I've long held
we had it in
Child Denji's an alter.
Yeah. But beyond that, I've long held to it that what the fuck was I saying? That the Denji didn't do anything wrong when he killed his dad. And I think that
obviously not. He was gonna die.
Well, yeah.
What do you mean?
That's the
it's
obvious
you or me, buddy.
answer.
It's you or me. It is what it is. That's
I've,
hardcore self-defense.
More than
and
that,
he's a minor. What do you mean?
More than that, it's a thing of like,
there's no problem.
I don't think the character like can be made whole in a narrative sense without the realization that he was in the right. And it's so cathartic to see after so long.
Yes,
that's
true.
Like,
that's true.
Wait, maybe I am kind of based.
And
maybe I was
for
based
it, actually.
And I think, I don't know. I feel like
I just okay. This is just personal, but I just finished like a novel length Chainsaw Man fanfic, and
you heard it here first, folks.
The ending is I published it like a week before this chapter came out. The ending is this revelation, so to speak. And when I read this chapter, I was the most excited I've ever been, because I was like, yes, you fucking get it.
It's pretty rad.
I fucking get it.
It's a very bad. It's such a nice, like I said, it's such a nice conclusion to this stretch of 3 chapters. Very controversial chapters. Piss me off, fucking chapters. But man, the cinema, them laughing in the alleyway with the light coming through, and then parallel with their monster selves fucking duking it out in a battle for the apocalypse.
Can you two believe this is the 120th chapter of part 2? We're at 120.
Well, we're at one. Are we? Isn't it?
Yes.
98 is 1.
98, 99, 100, and then 117.
Yeah.
Is that number significant?
No, it's just.
I mean,
it is.
I just think it's just like
120.
I'm just like to put it in perspective. Like we've done so much.
120 chapters.
So far.
It's been coming in on the 12th volume, right? This is volume 12, or is this going to be volume 13?
This is volume 23, so volume 12.
23,
yes.
yeah, volume 12 of part 2. Will it be the last volume? Let's get into our discussion of this. Well, let's give it a good old college try, folks. What do you think is going to happen next?
I think Lil D's time is running out pretty fast. If I have to keep it real.
All this grandstanding.
I think she's gone within the next 5 chapters.
Oh, you think she's cooked?
She's gone within the next 5 chapters.
I think she's gotta. I think she's
cooked.
gotta
She's
lock
cooked.
in. I think all of the grandstanding, the manipulation, the sacrificing different
My-
pawns, it all didn't work.
My
so,
ultimate-
nut up or
my
shut up.
ultimate theory, like the
let's
ultimate
see
end
it.
for
Let's see it.
my ultimate end for her character would be realizing that she basically has it's basically a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. She created the apocalypse by trying to prevent the apocalypse.
That's
Classic.
basically she did say that.
Yeah, she
basically.
did.
It's
like,
classic.
that's what she
It's
did. Like
all
it's
time.
hell on earth. It's hell on earth now. Nobody, like, everybody is just
Yeah.
in like perpetual suffering.
It's the age
And, like,
of devils.
she's the only one to blame. I think it would be.
It's the age of devils, but the humans
I think
are
we have to
devils.
see her, like,
it's
snap out
really
of
Devil
that.
Man. Yeah, Devil Man is back.
I
It
would-
was
I would
all
really
Devil
like to
Man
see
the
her,
whole
like-
time.
I would really like to see her snap out of the apathetic state that she's in at least, like, for like the one time, and then it's just like
I
ruins.
think that's just her
that's just her
expression.
face.
Yeah, I think that's just how she looks.
Yeah.
I think she's already been shook up and she's sweating. You know what I mean? She's played her hand and it has done shit.
But
So yeah.
But so far she's just like interpreted as like, oh, the prophecy was wrong. She hasn't ever considered that the prophecy could still be right, which I think is like interesting.
Interest that okay.
I think that like realization
Maybe we'll see that.
might break her.
Yeah. Yes, and then she'll pop off.
But
okay, you heard it here.
But I do think we're getting okay.
Next,
Just like last thing, I think we're getting 2 more volumes after this.
2 more. I think
2
one
more?
more most. One more at most. But I can see another one for sure because this is very much like, it's the final fight, and then. Oh, really? Oh, is it really or what? But maybe not. Winter.
Right now we're in the Gun Devil arc.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the
yeah.
anticlimax.
You ready for that? You
Next
ready
chapter
for that?
is gonna
They're
be-
gonna be like truce. Let's call it off. I don't
Let's
know.
see
Yours popping off. It seems hard to talk her down or anything like that. I'm not so sure about that one with regards to Yoru, but it would be in keeping with the structure of the story thus far for all of this just fizzle out. And it does seem hard to sort of like resolve. They're both immortal. Pochita can drink Yoru's blood to keep going. Yeah.
California's got a lot of people.
California's got a lot of people in
we're-
it still.
We're kind of fucked.
There's like
Yeah.
how many people
California's
are born
cooked.
per minute in California?
Finally getting rid of all these Californians. Thank God. Fuck, finally. Yoru. Nah, I'm just kidding. Gavin Newsom would though. He would though. He'd be like, start with the homeless. We'll finally get him out of here. That's really what he'd be talking about.
I find it really funny that
Oh
like,
yeah.
in '99 we're like in the era of like the governor like so bad that like he literally got voted to be like pulled out of office, like
Yeah.
replaced with Arnold. That's where we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is how Arnold
I wonder if that'll
gets into
happen.
politics. This is the story of how Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
became the governor of California. That's the true ending of Chainsaw Man. Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes the governor of California, and all is set right in the world. That's a real cinephile ending. You know what I mean? He does love movies.
Yeah. That's Kino.
That's
Right there.
cinema.
That's Kino.
Arnold Schwarzenegger saves the fucking day.
Next
Yeah.
next author comment is I love twins.
Yeah. Jingle All the Way is a great movie. I have no idea what the fuck's
My
gonna happen
prediction
next.
is
Yeah, go for it.
mine. Yeah, I also have no
Give me,
idea.
give me your
Winter
best shot.
go.
Give me your best shot.
I got two.
Okay. Let's hear him.
We're just gonna fucking jump right into the anticlimax. They're both dead, laying on the ground, and they can't get back up for some fucking reason. And
Cinema.
I think because we have on this
The tie. Yeah,
panel
1-1-1. The final record.
We got Yoru decapitated. We got the hero
Vegeta's
of hell
decapitated too.
decapitated.
Yeah.
Ostensibly, they can both fix that problem. But, like, what if something happened and they didn't? What if it's just like, yep, that's it? Second prediction. I'm holding my hands up, cinema style. And
I got
right now
you.
in front of me, there's big, bold bottom text that just says, Miri Sugo.
He hasn't done anything
And
yet.
that's it. That's the whole prediction.
He's running out of time to do something in this story.
Chekhov's sword.
Yeah.
Chekhov's sword. Yeah.
Um.
I do, like, honestly, I heavily prefer part 2's sidecast to part 1's, but I do feel like
Wow.
like Miri is like the one character
They're gonna
that
cook you
could
for
have
that.
some extra juice.
Because they're gonna cook you for that.
it's
Not
what is it? It's
Yoshida.
Occam's
I think
sword.
Yoshida could use some extra juice personally, but that's just me.
There's a sword in the story. It will probably be used.
Not in this fucking kind of sword. We got chainsaws now. This sword's kind of whatever. What do I think is gonna happen? I'm still. Reze is still in play. The movie is out now.
Is she?
No.
Is she
No.
really?
No.
What
no,
do you mean?
No.
What do you
No.
mean?
Maybe in part 3. Maybe
I mean,
in
the
part
movie-
What do
3.
you mean?
The movie exists.
How is
but-
she
It's
not?
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Alright.
She's not coming back, man. I'm sorry.
It can still happen, folks. Never give up. She's the only one who is unaccounted for still. The Devil Hunters.
Quan Chi's still alive too.
Quan Chi's still around. Still with public safety. Public safety is in shambles, though. We'll see. If they have
Quan Chi's definitely not showing up
gas
to
left.
this. She is as
Yeah,
far away from here as possible.
Quan Chi, I'm unsure, but a puppet of the USSR, they've got stakes in this story now that they're involved in the nuclear war.
Well, Reze's living out in the country. She's as far away from all that as
Oh yeah,
possible,
she
so,
escaped. It's sure.
I don't know
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She's hiding. No one knows where she
fucked off
is.
somewhere.
She's
Yeah.
dying from radiation
Sure,
poisoning in the
sure.
Soviet wilderness.
Right. That's a
But,
possibility.
like, did you saw
More-
those like
So
you saw those curse comments from Fujimoto, right?
Curse?
Like where he's just like I love when like a romantic partner lingers back in your mind forever as like a curse. So I'm hoping you can experience that by watching the Reze movie.
Yeah.
just hating to hate.
He is. He's a sicko. He's a sicko in his mind. So, but I would say I'll predict. Why not? Maybe not Reze, but I think some more figures are going to get involved in this fight. Because this is not just
Okay.
it's like there's more stakeholders in the outcome of this event than just the two battling
humanity.
here. Right, So those who are in the know, they gotta make their moves. Whether that's the Death Devil finally fucking, actually using her abilities and we actually fucking see what they look like finally. That's a big one hanging over the story, whether it's Reze showing up, the final fucking hybrid who hasn't appeared yet and is definitely still alive. If it's that coming into play, if it's surprise Yoshida fake out he was alive, haha, gotcha, Dead Devil, bitch, you thought, you know what I mean? Could be, you never know. All things that are possible. Somebody's gonna hype and fight.
Spat out before that happens.
Bear's getting spat out. God, please no.
Maybe I just won't.
You're like,
Check out his flamethrower.
maybe Barham's just gone. That would be so fucking sick. That would be. I would be satisfied.
That'd be pretty
with that.
funny.
That would be so
Yeah, me
fucking
too.
sick.
Yeah.
I would be very satisfied if that was literally his final moment. It was like, wait, don't kill me before you eat me, no, and then he just gone, erased.
You gotta
from
kill
reality.
me. You gotta kill me.
Yeah, that would be so sick. Well, yeah, we're not right. I'm just gonna throw that out there. We are not cooking, but this one's impossible.
Oh yeah, we're all wrong.
Leave your guesses in the comments. It'll probably be wrong too. I don't know.
Do it.
It's impossible.
Post Mirisugo
This one's
cast.
literally not possible.
Manifest him.
But whatever's gonna happen, I'm very excited for it. It is coming down the pipe. Not this week. Rest in peace. Guys are busy with all the movie stuff, I'm sure. The 28th.
It's probably drawing the
we will
fourth
have-
bonus.
Yeah, something like that. The 28th, we will have the next chapter of Chainsaw Man. Ooh, it's been so spicy. It's been crazy. People dying, people getting eaten, people getting chopped up, backstories getting revealed. Catharsis coming through. Will this be a hopeful burst through the horrors, or are we totally cooked? Only time will tell, and we will be back here discussing it. Thank you, both my guests, for coming on and discussing today. Thank you all for listening. We will see you
for having
again.
Being on here.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Welcome. We will be back next time. Goodbye.
Bye.